Dear Chosen One, have you ever found yourself wondering why blessings seem to flow so effortlessly into your life, even when the world around you feels chaotic? It's as if you have an invisible force guiding you, lifting you through challenges, and leading you to success when others falter. You might have felt different, like there's something more to you than meets the eye. What if I told you that this isn't just a coincidence? What if I told you that these blessings and the strength you feel within are not random occurrences, but rather gifts, divine powers that God has specifically granted you as His chosen one? It's easy to overlook these powers, to question their existence or wonder if they're truly meant for you. But let me assure you, you've been chosen for a purpose. These aren't ordinary abilities. They are extraordinary divine gifts designed to help you fulfill your unique purpose on this earth. Just as King David was chosen by God to lead Israel, you too have a purpose that only you can fulfill. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. Your life is no accident, and these gifts are part of the divine plan that guides you. Yet, here's the thing. Many chosen ones are unaware of the power they possess. You might sense something special within you, an unshakable calling, a deep knowing that you are meant for more. But you may not fully realize the magnitude of the gifts God has bestowed upon you. Perhaps you've questioned why things tend to work out for you when others struggle. Perhaps you've wondered why you can see possibilities where others only see obstacles. These are no mere coincidences. The truth is, the divine powers inside you are real, and they are part of your God-given destiny. The road you walk is not always easy. Life, as we know, is filled with obstacles, challenges, and trials that can shake even the most steadfast. But what if you had the tools to overcome every single challenge, to face every trial with courage and clarity? The powers God has given you are not just for your benefit. They are meant to equip you for your divine mission. Without these gifts, life would be far more difficult, and your purpose would remain obscured. With them, however, you are equipped to face adversity head-on, knowing that with God by your side, nothing is impossible. Can you feel the weight of these words? Do you understand that your journey is not just about surviving, but about thriving with the power and purpose that God has instilled within you? It's time to step into that power fully and embrace the gifts God has given you. You are not here by accident. You are here for a purpose, an extraordinary purpose that only you can fulfill. So, are you ready to discover the incredible powers that have been entrusted to you? Are you prepared to rise up and walk in the light of your divine calling? Stay with me, because what you are about to uncover will change your life forever. But what are these powers? How do they manifest in your daily life? And most importantly, how can you harness them to fulfill your divine purpose? These are the questions we'll explore together as we dive deeper into the 8 powerful gifts that God has given to His chosen ones. Chosen ones, 8 powers God gives you. Spiritual sight is a profound gift bestowed upon the chosen ones, enabling them to perceive beyond the material world and comprehend deeper spiritual truths that often elude the ordinary eye. This extraordinary ability does not rely on physical sight, but rather it is an intuitive knowing that comes from the soul. Imagine seeing with your heart and spirit rather than with your eyes. It is a divine perception that allows you to uncover the true essence of people, situations, and experiences, much like peeling away layers to reveal a deeper, more meaningful truth hidden beneath the surface. Have you ever encountered someone and felt an immediate sense of knowing who they truly are, beyond their words or actions? This is the power of spiritual sight. In a world where things are often not as they seem, spiritual sight is invaluable. It provides clarity, allowing the chosen one to see beyond the physical world and into the divine patterns that shape reality. With this gift, you're able to discern the deeper significance of events, understanding the reasons behind occurrences and the lessons they bring. You might wonder, why does this particular situation feel so meaningful? Or, why do certain people cross your path at just the right time? Spiritual sight reveals to you that there are no coincidences in life, only divine interventions. It uncovers the hidden threads that weave your destiny, guiding you toward your true purpose. As it says in Proverbs 3:5-6, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." With spiritual sight, you can see the straight path that God has laid out for you, even when it may seem unclear to others. This gift also grants the ability to sense the presence and guidance of spiritual beings, like angels or divine messengers, who are always watching over you. Have you ever felt an inexplicable sense of peace or guidance in a moment of uncertainty? That's the touch of divine support. Spiritual sight allows you to be attuned to these beings who help navigate you through life's challenges, providing wisdom and direction when you need it most. It's a reminder that you are never alone on this journey. As Hebrews 1:14 reminds us, "Are not all angels ministering spirits sent to serve those who will inherit salvation?" Additionally, spiritual sight opens your perception to the energy and auras of people and places. This heightened sensitivity allows you to intuitively understand the true state of a person or environment. Have you ever walked into a room and immediately sensed whether the atmosphere was peaceful or tense, even before anyone said a word? This is the power of spiritual sight at work, helping you to make better decisions and cultivate deeper, more authentic relationships. You begin to see beyond the masks that people wear, recognizing their true intentions and motives. This awareness, in turn, helps you navigate life with wisdom, avoiding deceitful paths and staying aligned with your higher purpose. As the chosen ones, this gift of spiritual sight isn't just about seeing things that others cannot. It's about understanding the deeper purpose of everything that surrounds you. With it, you gain not only clarity, but also a sense of responsibility to use this gift to enhance your own life and help others see the truth too. Just as 1 Corinthians 2:10-12 tells us, "These are the things God has revealed to us by His Spirit. The Spirit searches all things, even the deep things of God." With spiritual sight, you too have access to those deep things of God, giving you the insight to fulfill your divine calling. The question is, are you ready to embrace this powerful gift and use it for the greater good? Have you ever experienced a moment so remarkable that you couldn't help but wonder, is this too good to be true? In these fleeting moments, we encounter what many would call a miracle, an extraordinary event that seems to defy the natural laws of the universe. Miracles are not mere coincidences. They are divine interventions that reveal the power of God at work in the world. These extraordinary occurrences are reminders of God's omnipresence, showing that He is actively involved in our lives, shaping the course of events for those who are blessed with His favor. If you have ever witnessed something so incredible, it might have left you wondering, could it be that God Himself was behind it? For those chosen ones who walk in divine favor, experiencing miracles isn't just a rare event. It can become a regular part of life. This doesn't mean that every day will be filled with grand, awe-inspiring miracles. No, miracles come in many forms, some as grand as dramatic healings, others as simple as unexpected blessings or timely moments of serendipity. Yet, no matter the scale of the miracle, they all point to the same powerful truth, that God is watching over us, guiding us, and supporting us every step of the way. Each miracle is a unique fingerprint of God's grace, reminding us that we are never alone. In the book of Matthew 19:26, Jesus tells us, "With man this is impossible, but with God all things are possible." This verse reveals that what might seem impossible by human standards is effortlessly accomplished by God's boundless power. Experiencing miracles isn't simply about witnessing extraordinary events. It's about cultivating an awareness of God's presence in our daily lives. It's about seeing the divine in every moment, not just when something miraculous happens. How often do we overlook the subtle, everyday miracles that surround us? The simple moments of grace, like a timely word of encouragement, an unexpected opportunity, or a perfect solution to a long-standing problem, are all signs that God is at work. Have you ever found yourself in the right place at the right time, or received a blessing that seemed to come from nowhere? These are the moments that often go unnoticed, yet they carry the same divine message. God is here, and He is guiding your steps. Receiving miracles also requires a heart open to receiving God's grace. It is not just about seeing the miraculous, but being receptive to it. The ability to recognize and appreciate these blessings often depends on the state of our hearts and minds. In a world that constantly demands our attention, it is easy to become too focused on material concerns, leaving little room for spiritual awareness. But those who remain open, those who cultivate a deeper connection with the divine, are more likely to see the miracles that others might overlook. As Jesus said in Matthew 7:7, "Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be opened to you." The act of seeking God with an open heart positions us to receive not just answers to our prayers, but the miraculous events He has planned for us. What if the miracles you are waiting for are already unfolding around you, and all you need is the faith and openness to see them? By nurturing spiritual awareness, you invite the miraculous into your life. These blessings are not limited to grand gestures or awe-inspiring feats. They often come in quiet, unexpected ways. Small, sacred moments that remind you that God is active and engaged in your life, guiding you toward your purpose. Are you ready to open your eyes and recognize the miracles that are already happening? They might just be the signs you need to continue trusting in God's plan for your life. The ability to heal is one of the most extraordinary gifts that God bestows upon His chosen ones. This sacred power transcends the boundaries of the physical world, affecting both the body and the spirit. Healing is not limited to the act of curing physical ailments. It extends deeply into the realm of spiritual and emotional restoration. Imagine having the capacity to not only alleviate physical pain and mend injuries, but also to soothe troubled hearts, lift heavy burdens, and bring peace to the most broken souls. This is the essence of the healing power granted by God. It is a divine force that operates at both the physical and spiritual levels, offering restoration in ways that mere human medicine cannot. Physical healing, the kind that restores the body to its natural state of health, is a direct manifestation of God's divine mercy. When someone is suffering from illness, injury, or pain, the healer, acting as a vessel for God's power, can channel this energy to relieve and cure. But the power of healing does not end there. Spiritual healing is equally profound as it addresses the deeper, often hidden wounds of the soul. Emotional pain, grief, and despair can be as debilitating as any physical illness, and spiritual healing brings the light of peace to these shadowed corners of the heart. The ability to heal emotionally is a reflection of God's love, bringing restoration not just to the body, but to the very core of a person's being. The central element of this healing power is the channeling of divine energy. This energy flows from God through the healer, reaching the one in need. It is not the healer's own strength or will that brings about the change. but the sacred connection between the healer and the divine. Just as the Bible says in James 5:15, "And the prayer offered in faith will make the sick person well. The Lord will raise them up." The healer is merely the conduit through which God's love and power flow, creating a space for miracles to unfold. This energy is not only a force of repair, it is also a force of revitalization. It breathes new life into those who have been worn down by suffering, bringing about profound renewal in both body and spirit. To use this healing power effectively requires more than just skill or knowledge. It requires a heart full of compassion and reverence for the sacredness of the gift. Healing is not a task to be approached lightly, but rather as a holy act that demands purity of intention. The healer must be willing to step aside, allowing God's power to flow through them without interference or ego. The healing process is as much about the healer's attitude as it is about the actions taken. As 1 Peter 4:10 reminds us, each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others, as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms. Healing is an act of service, and it is through serving others selflessly that the healer becomes a true channel for God's grace. To heal with power and effectiveness, the healer must approach each opportunity with a heart full of love, empathy, and a sincere desire to restore balance. The intention behind the healing act is just as important as the action itself. The healer must recognize the sacredness of this gift and use it with humility, never seeking glory for themselves, but rather striving to reflect God's love in everything they do. Healing is not about the healer. It is about being an instrument of God's will, bringing comfort, restoration, and peace to those who need it most. The question is, are you willing to serve as a vessel for God's healing power and offer restoration to those around you? The power of divine impact is a profound gift, one that enables individuals to leave a lasting, positive influence on their communities. This gift goes far beyond the simple act of speaking or doing good deeds. It is about embodying the principles that inspire unity, foster ethical behavior, and bring about positive change. Those with divine impact are not only seen through their words or actions, but are recognized for the way they live their lives, the choices they make, and the example they set. Through their presence, they transform the environments they inhabit, guiding collective progress and creating a better future for all. At the heart of divine impact is leadership, true leadership that is rooted in integrity, compassion, and wisdom. A true leader does not seek power for personal gain, but uses their influence to serve others and promote the common good. It is not about controlling others, but about inspiring them to be their best selves. Leaders with divine impact set an example for others to follow, not by commanding them, but by living in a way that encourages others to mirror their behavior. In doing so, they create a ripple effect, where one act of goodness leads to countless others, each one strengthening the fabric of the community. As it is written in Proverbs 11:14, "For lack of guidance a nation falls, but victory is won through many advisors." This reminds us that leadership, when guided by wisdom, not only helps one individual, but uplifts the entire community, leading to collective success. What does it take to be a leader who impacts the world for good? It requires more than the ability to direct others. It requires a deep commitment to living with integrity and compassion, understanding that leadership is about service, not control. Have you ever considered the power of your own influence? Sometimes we forget how much of an impact our actions and words can have on those around us. A simple act of kindness, a moment of honesty, or standing up for what is right can echo far beyond what we might ever realize. Ethical choices are another critical element of divine impact. Every decision we make has the potential to either strengthen or weaken our influence. When we align our choices with moral and spiritual values, we strengthen our capacity to make a positive impact. These ethical choices reflect our commitment to doing what is right, even when it's difficult or inconvenient. How many times have you faced a decision where doing the right thing was the harder path? But in choosing what is right, we are not only honoring God, but also earning the trust and respect of others. This trust is foundational to building lasting influence. Without integrity, one's influence will quickly fade, but with it, the impact can endure for generations. The Bible reminds us in Proverbs 12:1, "Whoever loves discipline loves knowledge, but whoever hates correction is stupid." Here, we are called to recognize that the pursuit of righteousness and wisdom is the true path to influence. Have you ever wondered how your ethical decisions affect those around you? Every choice, no matter how small, contributes to the larger picture of our lives and the lives of those we touch. When you choose integrity, when you stand for what is right, you set an example that others will follow, intentionally or otherwise. Your choices have the power to shape the environment you live in, and in doing so, to make a lasting positive impact on your community. The question is, how will you choose to use this power? Will you live with integrity and be the leader who inspires others to do the same? The choice is yours, and through your actions, you can lead a movement of positive change that radiates throughout your community. Intuition is a remarkable and profound gift that enables individuals to understand and perceive things instinctively, bypassing the need for logical reasoning or external input. This inner knowing, which often arises without any conscious thought, serves as a divine guidance system, pointing the way when rational analysis or advice from others may fall short. It is not simply a hunch or a feeling, but a deep, internal compass that aligns us with our higher purpose and the will of God. This powerful gift allows us to make decisions that are in harmony with our true calling, even when circumstances seem uncertain or unclear. In daily life, intuition proves to be an invaluable asset. It offers a unique ability to see beyond what is immediately visible to the eye. While logic and external advice can help us navigate certain situations, there are times when these resources fall short, especially in complex or uncertain circumstances. In such moments, intuition steps in, offering clarity and insight that rational analysis cannot provide. It is through intuition that we can sense the true nature of people, situations, and opportunities, guiding us toward the choices that are most aligned with our best interest. Have you ever felt an inner nudge to go in a certain direction, even when everything around you seemed to suggest otherwise? This is the power of intuition at work, providing a clarity that transcends logic. As Proverbs 3:5-6 teaches us, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight." Here, we are reminded to trust not only in our own understanding, but in the divine wisdom that comes through our intuition. Intuition operates as a sacred form of knowing, and it's essential to recognize and trust it. To develop and strengthen this gift, one must first have self-awareness and confidence in their own inner voice. This requires cultivating a deep trust in one's own perceptions and recognizing that sometimes our inner guidance is more reliable than external influences. Trusting intuition can be difficult, especially when it contradicts conventional wisdom or the advice of others. How many times have you found yourself questioning an inner voice that told you to do something that didn't make sense at the time? The world often teaches us to prioritize logic and reason, but intuition is a divine whisper that calls us toward a higher purpose. Listening to it requires courage, faith, and a willingness to move beyond the limitations of human reasoning. As Jesus says in John 10:27, "My sheep listen to my voice. I know them, and they follow me." This verse invites us to cultivate the ability to listen to the inner voice that guides us, trusting that it leads us toward the right path. As with any spiritual gift, developing strong intuition requires practice. Just like a muscle that strengthens with use, our intuitive abilities grow when we consistently honor and follow the guidance we receive. The more we listen to and act upon our intuition, the clearer and more accurate it becomes. When we fail to trust it, we weaken this gift, and our ability to perceive divine wisdom becomes clouded. But when we choose to listen, even in the face of doubt or fear, our connection to this inner knowing becomes more refined, leading us ever closer to the divine will. Have you ever thought about the moments when you followed your intuition and it led you to the right outcome? Those are not mere coincidences, but divine confirmations that you are aligned with your higher calling. Trusting intuition means trusting in the divine plan for your life. It means recognizing that God speaks to us in many ways, and intuition is one of the most profound ways He guides us. By honoring this gift, you not only navigate your own path more successfully, but also align yourself with the greater purpose He has for you. The question is, will you trust the voice within, knowing that it is a direct connection to God's guidance and wisdom? The more you listen, the clearer the path will become, and the more confident you will feel in the decisions you make. The ability to manifest desires and transform visions into reality is a remarkable and powerful gift, a divine endowment that empowers individuals to turn their dreams into tangible results. This power of manifestation is not a mere fantasy or wishful thinking, but a sacred process that involves focused intention, unwavering faith, and purposeful action. Manifestation is a spiritual law, grounded in the understanding that thoughts and desires, when aligned with one's higher purpose, can shape the physical world. It is a tool that connects the mind, body, and spirit to the divine flow of creation, enabling individuals to bring their deepest aspirations into the realm of possibility. At the core of manifestation lies clarity. It begins with having a clear and focused intention. Knowing precisely what one desires is the first step in this sacred process. Just as a ship needs a clear destination to sail toward, so does the manifestation process require a clear vision to guide it. When intentions are vague or uncertain, the energy behind them becomes scattered, leading to confusion and lack of direction. On the other hand, when there is clarity of purpose, the energy of the universe can converge and align with that focused intention, helping to bring it into being. James 1:6 encourages us to ask with confidence, saying, "But let him ask in faith with no doubting, for the one who doubts is like a wave of the sea that is driven and tossed by the wind." Here, we are reminded that clarity and faith are essential in the manifestation process. Without clarity, our desires will lack the precision required to materialize into reality. However, clarity alone is not enough. Manifestation also requires an unwavering belief that the desired outcome is already on its way. Faith is the bridge that connects intention to manifestation. It is the firm belief in God's promises and in the power of the unseen, trusting that what we ask for is already on its way, just as the Bible teaches in Mark 11:24. "Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours." Here, faith is not just a passive hope, but an active, unshakable belief that what is desired is already within reach. With this faith, individuals are able to align their spirit with divine energy, drawing closer to the manifestation of their desires. But even faith and clarity cannot accomplish manifestation without action. While intention and faith are powerful forces, they must be accompanied by concrete steps. Action is the key that unlocks the door to the desired outcome. Manifestation is not about wishing for things to appear out of nowhere, but about actively engaging with the process and taking purposeful steps toward achieving one's goals. These actions, though they may seem small, are like seeds that, when nurtured, grow into the reality one desires. James 2:26 reminds us that, "For as the body apart from the spirit is dead, so also faith apart from works is dead." This verse emphasizes the importance of coupling faith with action. Without it, the process of manifestation cannot come to fruition. Action creates momentum, paving the way for the energy of manifestation to flow into reality. Even if the steps seem insignificant or the path unclear, every action taken with intention and faith brings one closer to the goal. Trusting that each step, no matter how small, is part of the greater plan helps to keep the manifestation process in motion. This requires patience, as God's timing is always perfect, and sometimes what we desire is already in the process of becoming, even when it is not immediately visible to our eyes. Thus, manifestation is not simply about asking for things and waiting for them to appear. It is about aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the divine energy that surrounds you. It requires a partnership between your inner world, your thoughts, beliefs, and intentions, and the outer world, your actions and the circumstances that shape your reality. When your inner world is in harmony with your outer world, the energy of the universe aligns with you, bringing your desires into form. Consider for a moment, what steps are you taking to bring your dreams to fruition? Are you holding a clear vision of what you desire? Are you stepping out in faith and taking the actions necessary to bring that vision into reality? As you reflect on these questions, remember that manifestation is not just about wishing for something to happen. It is about aligning your soul with the divine will, trusting that every step you take in faith will lead you to the realization of your dreams. The power of unconditional love is one of the most profound gifts that connects individuals directly to the divine source of all creation. This love, unlike anything rooted in human condition or worldly desires, transcends the limitations of ego and personal needs. It is not just an emotion, but a divine energy that flows freely and continuously, with the capacity to heal, transform, and inspire both the giver and the receiver. Unconditional love is a force that transcends understanding, yet it is the essence of our divine nature, drawing us closer to God and to one another in a deep spiritual connection. At the heart of unconditional love lies acceptance and compassion. When we speak of accepting others unconditionally, we mean loving them without placing any conditions on the relationship. This form of love does not demand change or impose judgments. Instead, it embraces others as they are, recognizing their inherent worth and loving them for their true selves. This acceptance creates a safe space where individuals can be authentic without fear of rejection. As 1 Corinthians 13:4-7 tells us, love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. These verses serve as a reminder that true love is grounded in unconditional acceptance and that it seeks the well-being of others without expecting anything in return. Through acceptance, unconditional love fosters a sense of belonging and security that is essential for emotional and spiritual growth. Compassion, too, is a cornerstone of unconditional love. Compassion is the ability to understand and empathize with the struggles, pain, and joys of others. It allows us to step into their shoes and feel their emotions, creating a bond that is beyond superficial interactions. This empathy enables us to alleviate suffering, not necessarily through grand gestures, but by offering a listening ear, a kind word, or a loving presence. The Bible reminds us in Colossians 3:12, "Therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience." In offering compassion, we open the door to healing, both for ourselves and for those we encounter. This ability to empathize and connect on a soul level is what makes unconditional love so powerful. It goes beyond mere acts of kindness and taps into the deepest level of human connection, healing emotional wounds and nurturing growth. Unconditional love is a selfless love, one that prioritizes the happiness and well-being of others over personal desires. To truly embody this love, we must be willing to set aside ego-driven motivations and personal gain. It requires focusing on the needs of others rather than seeking validation or rewards. This selflessness can be challenging because it asks us to step outside of our natural inclinations, where the ego often takes precedence. But the fruits of living from a place of unconditional love are immeasurable. Jesus teaches us in Matthew 16:24, "Then Jesus said to his disciples, 'Whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves and take up their cross and follow me.'" This sacrificial love, although difficult, brings true joy and fulfillment, not from worldly recognition, but from the profound peace that comes from living in alignment with divine love. The power of unconditional love, in its purest form, asks us to trust in God's plan and to surrender our need for control. It allows us to love others freely, without expectation of return. And in doing so, it transforms us from the inside out, reshaping our hearts and minds in ways that bring us closer to the divine. The more we give this love, the more we open ourselves to receive it, making it an eternal cycle of grace. So, what would your life look like if you were to embrace unconditional love, not just in moments of convenience, but as a consistent practice? How might the lives of those around you change if they felt the depth of your acceptance, your compassion, and your selfless care? Are you willing to surrender your ego and desires to serve the greater good, knowing that in doing so, you align yourself with God's perfect plan? These are the questions that invite us into a deeper relationship with God and with others, and they beckon us to step into the fullness of the gift of unconditional love. Divine wisdom is an extraordinary and powerful gift bestowed upon those chosen by God. Unlike mere knowledge gained through study or experience, divine wisdom transcends human understanding. It is a profound, sacred insight that comes directly from a higher source, guiding individuals toward a deeper understanding of life and the world around them. This wisdom is not bound by time or space. It allows individuals to perceive the bigger picture, recognizing truths and solutions that ordinary minds may miss. Those who possess divine wisdom are able to see through the surface of any situation, understanding the deeper meanings, connections, and implications that may otherwise remain hidden. In the midst of life's challenges, divine wisdom offers clarity and direction. When faced with difficult decisions or uncertain circumstances, this wisdom enables individuals to discern the right path with confidence. It is a guidance that comes not just from logic or experience, but from an inner knowing that aligns with a higher, divine plan. In the James 1:5, we are reminded, "If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all liberally and without reproach, and it will be given to him." This verse speaks to the generosity of divine wisdom, which is available to all who seek it with a pure heart and a willingness to listen. One of the most remarkable aspects of divine wisdom is its ability to transcend conventional thinking. It opens the mind to deeper truths, offering insights that challenge the status quo. This wisdom provides solutions that often go against the grain of ordinary reasoning, yet they are infused with a sense of peace and understanding that confirms their truth. It allows individuals to see things as they truly are, not as they appear to be on the surface, and gives them the courage to act according to the higher good. Moreover, divine wisdom enhances the ability to communicate with clarity and precision. Those who are guided by this wisdom can articulate complex ideas in a way that resonates with others, making even the most profound concepts understandable. It is a gift that transforms one's words, ensuring that they are spoken with purpose and wisdom, and that they inspire and uplift those who hear them. As we see in Proverbs 2:6, "For the Lord gives wisdom, from his mouth come knowledge and understanding." This reminds us that true wisdom is not something we can acquire on our own. It is a gift that flows from the divine, and when we embrace it, our ability to serve and lead grows exponentially. To embrace and fully utilize divine wisdom, one must recognize it as a sacred gift and understand that with it comes responsibility. It is not a power meant for personal gain, but for the greater good. Those who are chosen to receive this wisdom are entrusted with the task of using it to serve others, creating a ripple effect of positive change that reaches far beyond their own lives. The wisdom that guides us toward righteousness and ethical behavior is a reflection of God's will, and it calls us to live with integrity, humility, and a deep sense of gratitude. The development and nurturing of divine wisdom require commitment and discipline. Spiritual practices such as prayer, meditation, and mindfulness help individuals attune themselves to this higher guidance. In moments of stillness, when the mind is quieted, divine wisdom has the space to emerge and offer direction. It is through these practices that one can strengthen their connection with the divine and ensure that their actions align with the higher purpose for which they were created. Furthermore, embracing these gifts is an invitation to live a life of selflessness and service. Divine wisdom teaches that our purpose is not to seek personal gain, but to uplift others, to guide them with love, and to contribute to the betterment of the world. In doing so, we not only fulfill our higher calling, but also experience a sense of fulfillment that comes from living in harmony with the divine plan. Each step we take in alignment with divine wisdom brings us closer to our highest potential. It allows us to navigate life's challenges with grace, to make choices that reflect God's love and truth, and to contribute to a more compassionate, harmonious world. As we embrace and share the wisdom given to us, we not only transform our own lives, but also inspire others to seek and embody the divine truths that lead to peace, purpose, and fulfillment. And so, by walking in this wisdom, we become instruments of positive change, fulfilling the greater plan that God has set before us. As we've journeyed through the powerful truths about the 8 gifts God has bestowed upon His chosen ones, let's take a moment to reflect on the incredible blessings that have been entrusted to you. These gifts are not simply for your own benefit. They are divine tools meant to help you navigate life's challenges, fulfill your purpose, and create a ripple effect of positive change in the world around you. These gifts are living proof of God's love and His belief in your ability to make a difference in this world. Now, I invite you to reflect on the truth that you are one of the chosen ones. You carry within you these divine powers, and it's time to embrace them fully. But remember, with great power comes great responsibility. It is your duty to use these gifts wisely for the greater good and in service to others. Now, as a sign of your commitment to embracing your divine calling, I invite you to leave a comment with the number 777 below. This sacred number represents the alignment of your spirit with God's plan. It is a sign of spiritual awakening and divine intervention. When you see this number, know that God is with you guiding you every step of the way. May you continue to walk in the light of these divine gifts, and may God bless you abundantly as you fulfill your extraordinary purpose. May His grace cover you, His wisdom guide you, and His love empower you to be the beacon of hope and change this world needs. You are chosen, you are powerful, and the world is waiting for you to rise. Blessings to you, chosen one.